Hello, I'm Catherine Grace from Fertility Potentials, and I wanted to make this video today to give you some tips and some guidance on the process of journaling. Now, I love journaling. Journaling is a great tool to have in your toolkit. It's something that I think helps when you're facing a problem, you're experiencing something challenging, or you've got a lot of emotion you're trying to release or make sense of or get some insight about. The thing with journaling is it's easy to do. You can do it anywhere, anytime, and all you need is a pen and paper. And it's simple, but it's still a very powerful and sometimes transformational tool. A really cool thing to have in your toolkit. So how do we journal? So I'm going to give you my tips around journaling, but I do want to say that there really are no rules to do this. It's about whatever works for you and about whatever makes it easy and most effective for you. So this is what I recommend though. So obviously, first of all, you need to have something to write with and something to write on. So I like to have a nice journal. I've got one here actually. So this is a wee sparkly one I'm using at the moment. I do have different journals for different things. You may just like to use a pen and a paper. Some people use their computer or laptop, just anything that you can write on. So once you got your pen and paper, is to find somewhere quiet where you're not going to be disturbed. So you want to let people around you know not to disturb you. You want to turn off your phone and just allow yourself to be really present for the period of time that you've allowed yourself to journal. Some people like to set a timer, so it might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And that can be something that's reassuring if you know your time is going to go off in 10 minutes, so that you know you're only going to spend that amount of time if you're busy and that's all you've got the time to dedicate to it. You got your pen and paper, you've got somewhere quiet, you want to get really comfortable. So find a place that feels relaxing to you. So it might be in your bedroom, might be in the bath. It's a great place to journal. Could be outside in the sunlight, just whatever's relaxing for you. I quite like to add something special into the process. You know, just playing some music, some relaxing music, or your favorite tunes, light a candle, burn some oils, anything that feels really nice for you. What's cool about doing that and adding some kind of sensory experience in is it helps activate the more creative, intuitive side of our brain rather than our logical left side. So it's quite nice to add those elements in. So once you're comfortable and you're relaxed, you got your space, you want to be intentional about what you want to achieve from your journaling. So it could be as simple as finding release from some overwhelming emotions that you're feeling. You might want to have more clarity. You may want to come up with a creative solution to a problem. Just may want insight or guidance. Just be intentional about what it is you want. And then before you start, you just want to take a few breaths, get grounded, get centered, and then you're ready to journal. With the journaling, I tend to either have some prompts that I use, or you may just want to ask a specific question about something you're feeling or experiencing right now. So have those ready for when you start. When you start, all you need to do is start writing. That's all there is to it, is just to start writing. Someone told me once to write quickly, and I think that's a great tip. When you write quickly, you allow the flow to come. What you want to happen is for you to write without censorship, to write without judgment. So you want to write like no one's going to read it, because no one is going to read it. This is for you. Definitely don't worry about spelling and grammar and punctuation. That really stops the flow. So you just want to write quickly, just write what comes out. Sometimes it makes no sense, sometimes it is surprising. Just let it all come. If you find that there is no flow, or you feel a bit stunted or inhibited, nothing's coming, that's perfectly normal. That happens to me quite a lot. What I recommend doing is just to write anyway. It doesn't matter what you write, but just to kind of just start the process, just write, just get into the flow. You may even write, I don't know what to write, or you might just write what you are doing and experiencing. So I'm sitting here in my office on the couch, I'm waiting for the inspiration to come, and you just keep writing, describing what's happening, and eventually the flow does start to come. So you just want to start and you don't want to stop. You just want to keep going. And stop once you've answered your prompts or your questions, or you've had enough, or your timer goes off. What I recommend doing then is to put it aside for some time. So for an hour or even overnight if you've got the time, and then revisit it then. It's really interesting what you read then. It can sometimes feel like someone else has written it, or the answers are surprising. It's just a really interesting thing to do, just to put it aside and leave it for a while. The last thing I want to say is that practice makes progress. With anything new that we do, it takes some time to get into the habit and the rhythm of it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Give it time. Even if you're doing it for a few minutes at a time, just start. It does get easier as you do it more often. What you may want to do, and I really highly recommend this, is setting yourself a challenge of journaling for 5 days or 7 days, every morning or every night before you go to bed, whenever you've got the time to do it, and do it regardless for a set period of time. When you're journaling or after you're journaling, just notice what you notice. Notice how you feel, notice any insights, any release, any clarity, any change of perspective. And noticing the benefit of it is something that will help you keep going. It's such a great tool to have in your toolkit, something really easy, and as I said, costs nothing. You can do it anywhere, but I think there's a real big benefit. So highly recommend it. If you've got any questions or want to let me know how your journaling goes, I'd love to hear from you. Good luck. Just give it a go and start.